My friend is an accountant and spent the last 15 years giving advice to people on their personal finances. They recognized a pattern of money habits that make people poor, and I'm going to share them with you today. Number 1, only focusing on savings. There's a misconception about savings. You can't build wealth by only saving money, at least for most people. The reason is that there's a cap to how much you can save, and that depends on how much you make. The idea is to constantly increase your income because there's virtually no end to how much you can make. And with no end to how much you earn, you can also make no end to how much you can save. For example, you can increase your income by getting a side hustle, asking for a raise, or even investing in the stock market. With your money constantly growing and without any major changes to the cost of your lifestyle, you'll find that your wealth will only grow exponentially. Number 2, not knowing your cash flow. Cash flow, or knowing your income and expenses, are a keystone element to getting you out of being poor. Because how can you know where you're going if you don't even know where you are? If you don't know how much you make and how you spend, you can't make any conclusive decisions about your current situation. The easiest way to keep track of your finances is to use a budget tracker. According to Investopedia.com, the best free budgeting app to get you started is Mint. You should be tracking your 10% of savings, your bills, and your income every day, but it's important to check over it once every 3 months to see if you're on track. It's been researched that the more organized and planned you are with your finances, the more likely you'll reach that goal. So if something like getting a new house is on your radar, then there's no better time to start understanding your cash flow to get there. It'll separate you from those who fantasize about riches to those who have goals that are reachable. Number 3, getting comfortable with bad debt. It seems like everyone's in debt, and that's because almost everyone actually is. Did you know that around 80% of Americans carry some form of debt, and the average debt amount, not including mortgage, is $38,000? Unfortunately, banks prefer you to use debt and even be bad with it because that's how they make money. Even though so many banks offer amazing rewards, most people can't even take advantage of them because the interest rates are so high, between 18 to 25% in America, that they end up paying the bank way more than what they get from the rewards. There are some exceptions, however, like property, education, and healthcare, which are all forms of debt that are okay to carry, but you should try to lower them as quickly as possible. If there's any debt to focus on first, however, it's any high-interest debt, or most typically, credit card debt. Number 4, waiting too long to invest your money. As soon as your emergency fund is funded, you'll want to start using those 10% savings for investments ASAP. One of the worst things you can do is leave that money in a bank account because, as the years go on, your money is less valuable through inflation, but it's protected from that when it's invested. In other words, the money you keep in your account will buy you less as the years go on. I can't stress this enough, but only have enough in your bank account for whatever bills or purchases you need to make, and the rest should always be going into some sort of investment. There's a plethora of ways to invest, and if you want to learn more, you can check this video out here. Number 5, not having an emergency fund. Emergency funds are important, and if you've been watching finance videos for some time now, you'll certainly know that. Typically, 3 to 6 months of living expenses are the go-to amount for savings that'll act as a buffer or insurance in case things go awry. Potential emergencies that threaten the equilibrium of your life and finances can be stressful, and this removes the stress, making you happier and having more time to designate to more important things in your life. Since 3 to 6 months worth of savings is a lot, some people may be worried about how to save. The easiest way is to make sure you're taking your 10% savings from every paycheck and using that to build an emergency fund first. How long did it take you to build an emergency fund? Let us know in the comments below. Number 6, not caring about your finances. Simply put, when you don't care about something, you're not going to put any effort into it. This is the case for finances. Everyone has their own reasons for it, like thinking money is evil or that money isn't the most important thing in life. While these aren't bad reasons, it doesn't change the fact that our lives are largely dictated by how well we manage our finances. So there's no real reason to not be involved and to not master personal finances that can benefit you and allow you to get to a position where you can enjoy those things that are more valuable than money without feeling the stress of having to pay for living. Most people just need to find someone they can connect with to help them balance out their current living style and find the best ways to manage money. For me personally, my partner was the one who helped me understand the importance of finances and helped me to get on the fast track to getting out of debt and saving money. Number 7, expensive hobbies. One of the most expensive hobbies, which also acts as therapy, is retail spending. This ranges from buying things on Amazon to getting on board with the latest fashion trends. However, it's very costly despite the fact that it helps relieve stress, but it's not entirely your fault. Most organizations take advantage of human psychology and make you feel like you need to spend money through advertising and media. Obviously, they do this to keep consumerism high and their businesses running, but to the detriment of their consumers' finances. The best way to avoid this is to simply remove yourself and distance yourself from these advertisements, and replace your spending habits with hobbies that will either give back or are much cheaper. A great way to spend is on anything educational that can help you grow as a person, feel better, and potentially increase your earned income. Don't forget to subscribe to Investors Weekly, where you can get entirely free information on anything and everything personal finance related. There's another factor, however, that influences how you spend, and it's called lifestyle inflation. What happens here is that as your pay increases, so does your cost of living. For example, your income may increase from $50,000 to $60,000, and instead of maintaining your current lifestyle, you upgrade your home or get a new car. While you think you can afford it, you end up saving less and spending more. Number 8, paying too much in taxes. Many people pay taxes without realizing it's the biggest expense they'll pay, and that there are ways to reduce their taxes. In fact, many of the richest people know ways to legally reduce their taxes, helping them bring home more at the end of the day. So a great start to breaking away from money habits that keep you poor is to understand tax rules that can help you save. A fantastic way to do this is to invest in a Roth IRA, which protects the profits and dividends you earn from any taxes. Another option is that you can work as a business instead of an individual, which can significantly reduce your taxes. At the end of the day, this is your money and you should get to decide what to do. So don't be afraid to research these tax rules. Number 9, paying yourself last. This concept was blown up in popularity by Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and regarded it as the main part of the blueprint to achieving financial freedom. He says that there are 2 categories for how people pay their bills. The first category is the poor people's habit, which is when you pay yourself last. In other words, that's paying all your bills like mortgages, rent, car loans, utility bills, and personal purchases after you get your paycheck, which is then followed by saving whatever is left over. On the other hand, the rich person's habit is when you pay yourself first. This is the complete opposite of poor people's habits, in the sense that they treat paying themselves first as the most important. Bonus tip, treat saving money as a bill to add more weight to its importance. The baseline amount you want to save is 10% of every single paycheck. However, this may seem like way too big of a number for some who live paycheck to paycheck. The mind is an amazing thing and can easily adapt. What'll happen is that you'll restructure your life into making sure that 10% of your income goes into savings. And you'll naturally start cutting off what's less important. You want to make sure that you're making yourself richer first, instead of making others richer by buying their things.